everyone, and thank you very much first of all for joining me in this tutorial. So in this one we are going to check out this amazingly beautiful Flask attendance management system, wherein you will see how the attendance is taken, right? How a person can use it for taking the attendance of his company's employees, or you can say his school employees. It can be used in these organizations. Then how the admin can view the results, how he can delete it, how he can upload the images, and other functionalities. So we'll be first checking out the functionalities of the applications, what all things can be performed on this application. And later on I'm going to show you the entire code, right? I'm going to explain you the entire code line by line. Okay, how this app has been developed, right? What all things are there in the back end, what all libraries are there in the back end with the help of which this application has been created. All that we are going to talk about in this video, and don't worry about the code. It will be shared in the form of a link with you guys in the description section below. Okay, so let's dive into the tutorial, but before doing that, let me just show you something. So if you are on my YouTube channel and you want to know the type of content you will get on my YouTube channel, so let me just show that to you once before we go to the applications functionality and the coding section. So here, if you come on this playlist, so you have to simply check the playlist, and here you will find the basically I have focused on project based learning. Right. So there are number of projects around artificial intelligence. Okay. In this library, if you see, let me just open it once and show it to you. So these are the some recently created artificial intelligence based applications. There are chatbots that you can learn about. There is computer vision projects. Then there is object detection, YOLO V3, right? Face recognition, how it happens. All that thing have been talked here in these AI based projects videos. Fine. So if you want to check them out, if you want to learn artificial intelligence, you want to clear the interviews, I think this is one of the best platforms you can come on in. You can explore, different types of things. You can learn different types of libraries. You can come to know about different types of things that we are doing in artificial intelligence fields and all that. Then if you are a beginner, right, if you have just begun, you can check out this Python projects playlist, where we have again different types of projects, whether you talk about mobile application development or full-fledged web application development like hospital management, right? Object detection applications, spam mail prediction, right? Everything you can find here in this single playlist. Okay, so this is again a benefit which I am giving to my viewers. Then when we talk about computer vision, right? So basically we have camera installed in our devices, all the types of devices, whether we talk about laptops or mobile phones, right? So if you want to develop applications around them, or I should say, if you want to develop applications using your cameras, your device's camera, right? So these are the applications which you can do, which you can develop. So there are computer vision applications which you can check out, right? And these are really amazing applications. Just check them out once. If you don't find amazing, if you don't find them amazing, let me know in the feedback section. I will make them amazing. Okay, and if you find them really amazing, please share your awesome feedback with me in the description section. Okay, so this is something you can find on my channel. We have React JS tutorial, Python automation. How can we do Python automation, right? Things you need to know for getting, for cracking interviews and for getting the jobs. For that also I've created another playlist, right? There is only one tutorial right now on that over here in this playlist, but I will be shooting more tutorials, around it. Django hacks, Django projects. So these are the main things which I have on my channel. Then there are NLP based application which you'll find here in the artificial intelligence. In the Python projects also, there are 132 projects. 43 computer vision based projects. So there is a huge amount of content present on my channel. Let's check it out once, and if you find it interesting, subscribe to my channel. I promise you, you'll not regret. Definitely you will learn a lot on this platform. Okay, let's come on the application and check out how it works, how it functions. So here, if you see, we have a button called capture. What's going to happen when we'll click it? Let's see. So if I do this capture, okay, so it was able to find a match of what the camera has captured, right? And how it was able to do it, let me just tell you that too. So we'll have to come in this coding section. So there is a folder which I've defined in the backend, which is images named folder. Inside this images named folder, we have a couple of images saved, right, with different names. Atal Bihari ji, Gaurav Kumar Jain, George Bush, right? Now, when I hit this button capture, what happened? There is a script in the backend which we are going to talk about when we will check out the coding section. So that got triggered, and it just took the frame which the camera captured, and then it extracted the face from it, and then it matches that face with the faces the application has in the cache, right? So there is a function which is actually we have defined in the backend for getting the faces, all the types of faces we have in all these images, right? And then what we are doing is we are comparing the captured face with the images with the faces, right, that we have in these images. The best match, or whatever images matches the face. Okay, so that's what we are showing the user on the front end. So this is the image which I clicked before the lecture, right? And as you can see, I'm able to see my image which I captured earlier, and because the function or the code was able to recognize, or it was able to see that the face encoding of this face which the camera is capturing currently is matching with the face encoding of this face which is present in this image over here. That's the reason it is showing us this image over here, and it says matched one face. Okay, it is showing the name of the image also. Now what else can we do? Okay, we have a couple of more photographs, so I've downloaded them on my mobile device. Let me just open it, give me a moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open, an image of, let's take George Bush into consideration. So if I'll bring this image in front of the camera, let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to just refresh it once, okay? And if I do capture, so see, matched two faces. How it matched two faces? Because what happened, it captured my face also. So in the bottom, if I just do this, so see, because the frame which the camera captured, right, it has two faces in it. The first one was George Bush's face, and the second one was my face. So what it does is it took both the faces. It then check the encodings for both the faces in the encoding which it has in the cache memory, right? Which it got from these images over here, and then it was able to find these two images. Okay, let me give it a refresh, and let me just enlarge the size of the screen. Just a second. The buttons are really not visible. Okay, now it is looking fine, right? Let me open another image for you guys. So this time we're going to open Narendra Modi ji's image. Okay, I'm going to bring it in front of the camera. Let's see what's going to happen. So here I go. Okay, capture, no match found. Okay, so It was able to find a match. Okay, and this is how we can use this product or the application, you can say. Now there are two more things. One is this view logs and the other one is this upload button functionality. So what happens with this upload button? That's what I'm going to show you first, and after that we're going to jump on the view logs functionality. So upload, and the moment you will select the image, let us select this one for now, or let's go with image PNG. No, we need to select a JPG image because I've configured it only for JPG. So I've selected it and there is no other button, right? We just have to select the image automatically. There is a script which will get triggered and it will give us the output like this: file uploaded successfully. So here, if you see in the back end, the file has been uploaded successfully by the Flask application, okay, in this images named folder. And after that we can bring the person in front of the camera, and then we can press this capture button for checking whether the face exists in the database or not. Then there is something magical which I've done in this application, which is, if suppose you want to use it for the attendance management as an attendance management system, so that also you can do. So basically its work is to take the attendance of the user. Okay, let's say you are coming somewhere around 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay, and you reach to the office somewhere around 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay, and now you have to log in. So what you have to do, you have to stand in front of the camera, and then you have to simply push this capture button. So your attendance will be marked if your face is present in the database. Okay, now how the admin will see the attendance, let me show that to you. Let's check out the view log section, in which the admin can check out the attendance of the person, okay, or people whom he has registered on this application. Okay, so if you see, Gaurav Kumar Jain has logged in at this time on this date. Then he again came and did the capture image at this time on this date. Likewise, we have the information of George Bush, and then we have the information for Narendra Modi ji also. Okay, now if suppose admin wants to show this data to the manager, or to his supervisor, simply download this report in the form of an Excel by clicking this button, export to Excel. And this is how the logs, or you can say the attendance details, gets downloaded in an Excel sheet, and this he can show it to his supervisor or manager. Fine. So there is an exporting option also which we can use. Then we have this clear logs. If by the day, by the month end, he wants to delete all the logs, or after the month end, he want to delete everything from the database. So he doesn't have to go to the developer to ask him to delete the data. He just have to do clear logs, and this will clear all the logs present in the database, right? So as you can see, there is nothing present in the database right now, and that's why we're getting an empty table. Coming back to the home page, here if I do the capture again, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so it was able to recognize me. Now going back to view logs, so as you can see, my attendance is there in the application, right? So this is how this application can be used as an attendance management system. And also these are the various functionalities that one can use for creating the attendance and for downloading the logs of the web application. Now let's check out the coding section. What all things have been used in the coding for creating this application. So this is its structure of the application. Okay, we have this root folder with name face recognition flask, and then we have two directories in it. One with name static and the other one with name templates. Fine. In static, we have two more directories, one with name exports and the other one with name images. So in exports, what happens? It takes this, XLSX file into consideration, and then it inserts the data in it, and then it gives it to the user as a final result. Okay, and when it comes to images, so this is basically the facial data that we have in the form of images, JPG images saved in the images name directory. Then we have this templates named folder. So there are two different pages that we have created. This result we do not require. I plan to create different page for the results, but yes, now we are using view logs for the same. So I deleted that. So there are two pages, right, which we are using. So basically, it's a two-page application, you can say. So this is the home page, and this is where we see the logs and everything. Okay. Then we have this app.py where we have the entire Flask code written, all the routes, everything, whatever you have seen, everything is there in this app.py file that we are going to talk about, in a short while. Then we have this create underscore db file. So with this, I created this database over here, which is with name face recognition dot db. So this is the code that we have in this file con sqlite3.connect, and then this is the code with which the table in this database got created, and after that, once the database gets created, this is what the user gets to see. Okay, so with this small code, you can create an SQLite database and also a table in it with name face recognition logs. Fine, let me just close this file so that we do not get confused. Now let's come on the main Flask file, which is our app.py. So here we are importing all the libraries. So the main library which is helping us in doing the face recognition is the Python's face recognition library. OpenCV is the one with the help of which we are accessing the camera. We are creating the frames and all. NumPy we have used, right? OS we have used SQLite 3 for interacting with the SQLite database. Okay, date time we have used for doing the date time thing. Then IO CSV is for creating the CSV files. Now here we are initializing our Flask application. Then we have defined the static path here for our images. Then this is the function with the help of which we are loading the images basically. Okay. Now what happens is, let me show this to you first. So when the user comes on this application, okay, let me just refresh it. So this is the home page, okay, and where it is coming from, as I've told you, this is coming from the index.html file. So what happens is, this is a function which gets triggered, okay, when the user first accesses the application on his device. Okay, now what happens in index.html? Let's check it out. So we are seeing this window over here. Okay, this window is coming from this camera container. Then we have this capture button. So this is where we have the code for the capture button. We have this no result thing over here. Then we have this view logs. Okay, and after that we have this upload button. Fine. So this is the code for these four things. Okay. Now comes what happens when the user clicks this capture button. So let's talk about this button first. After that, we are going to talk about the other buttons that we have seen. The capture button first. So this is the one. Its ID is capture. So what happens when the user clicks capture button? It triggers this function called capture image. Okay, and where is that function? It's here. Okay, this is a function. Now what happens when the user triggers the capture image? So the camera, we access the camera, we access the canvas. So this is a canvas, right, which is seeing over here. Canvas on top of which you're seeing the frames which the camera is capturing right now. Okay, height and width of the canvas. Fine, let me do a word wrap here. Okay, Then we are converting the image into a blob, and that's what we are passing to this recognize face route that we have defined over here in this app.py. Okay, so here we are converting the blob, then we are appending the blob in the form of an image to the form data, and we are passing it simply to this recognize face, right? Face named route. Now let's see what do we have in this recognize face. So this is the route. Okay, this is a function. Now this is what we are taking as an input from the front end. We are we are converting it into a numpy array, then we are decoding it. Fine, and then we are trying to find out the location of each face present in the image. Let's say there are five different faces present in the image, so it will find out the location of each face. Fine, so there will be five different locations which will come over here, right? That's how we have coded this application. Okay, for now we are going to take into consideration, we are going to assume that there's going to be only one face, right? Fine, so it will detect the face location, then it will change the face, it will encode it in an RGB form with which can be read by face recognition library. Face recognition can only read RGB files. Remember that. Okay. So this is a code which we have used for converting it and for getting the encodings. Then whatever encodings we have, received over here. So we are going to iterate over each for face in face encodings. Okay, and then what we are doing, we are comparing the face encodings that are present in the face of this image and the ones which we have got over here in this known face encodings. Now what is this known face encodings? Let's check it out. So here on the top, if you see, we have this function called load images. Okay, what we are doing here, we are iterating through the images we have in this folder called images. Okay, and then we are locating each face in each of the image. We are creating the encodings, and then we are appending the encodings in this known face encodings array. Fine, so everything, or every encoding, or you can say all the faces present in all these images are present in this known face encodings. Fine, their name, the faces names are there as the faces names are there in known face names. The faces, the images paths are there in image paths named array. Okay, that's what we have done with this load images function. Now, where are we calling this function? Let's check it out. So we are calling this function over here when we upload an image. Fine. So what happens is when we upload an image, so basically a new image gets added to this directory. So besides considering the existing images, we have to now consider this also, and we have to extract the encodings of the faces present in this image as well. Right. That's why we are calling this load images function while uploading the image also. When this upload image button gets triggered by the user. So that's where we are calling the load images, right? That's one point. Then what else we are doing? Okay, so if you see here, we have defined it globally. Okay, the moment the web application will get loaded, at that time also the load images function will be called, right? Will be triggered, which will create an array, which will create three different arrays, one with name known face encodings, second with name known face names, and the third with name image paths. Okay, and this is what we are using over here for comparing the face encodings we have in the image we have captured with the face encodings we have in this and known face encodings array, which consists of encodings of all the faces we have in these images over here. Now, if true in face matches, if any of the encoding matches, what should happen? Please return the name of the image and also the image path. Okay, and finally we are passing this name to log2 database. Now, what is happening in this log2 database? Let's check it out. So here is this log2 database function. So we are calling this face recognition. We are connecting. We are making a connection with this face recognition named SQLite database. Then we are checking out the date time. This is the current date. This is the current time. And then we are inserting the name of the image, the date, current date, and the current time in this table present in this SQLite database. Okay, that's what we are doing for logging, logging the logs of the application or for marking the attendance. Fine. So the moment user hits this capture button, his attendance also gets marked like this. Okay. Now we are done with talking about this capture button. This upload button is also done. Then comes this view logs. Okay, going back to the index.html file, here we have the view logs function. Just a second. Okay, so when this view logs will be hit by the user, if the user will hit this button, what's going to happen? View logs. There is a route called view logs we have in this app.py file, which will get triggered. Now what it will do, it will pull all the information from this database. Okay, select asterisk from face recognition logs. It will pull everything from this table, and then it will pass the logs. Okay, whatever it has fetched from this table, it will pass it, okay, to this view logs.html. Now what is happening in this view logs.html? Let's check it out. So we have this button called export, we have this clear button also, then we have a table kind of a structure where we have three columns: name, date, and time. Now we are iterating, we have a for loop which is iterating over the logs which we are getting from here. Okay, and this is how we are showing the data to the user on the front end. Okay, now coming back to the point. Okay, so here we have this export to Excel and clear logs button also. Now what will happen when the user click the export button? So this is another route that we have defined in this app.py file, which will get triggered. So basically what it is doing, it is making the connection with the SQLite database. Then it will select everything from this logs table, and then it will create an Excel file for us with three columns in it. And finally it will, create an attachment kind of a thing which will get downloaded on the user's device, right, where the user can see all the data present in this table. Okay, now let's come on this clear logs. So this is the clear button ID, and if the user clicks this button, what's going to happen? This is what will get triggered. So again, there is a route we have defined. Again, there will be a connection to this database which will be made by the application. It will then trigger this SQL statement, delete from face recognition log. It will delete everything. It will send a success message. That's what we will see as an output over here on the front end, like this. Okay, so this is the whole application. This is how you can use it. I've explained you the code also. Just try to set it up on your device And if you want to add some more functionalities in it, definitely you can do that very easily. Let me know about your feedback in the comment section below. If you have anything else in your mind, right, around the functionalities I've showed in the application, do share it with me in the comment section so that I can create videos, create applications on those ideas, and give it to you guys. That's it from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye bye, take care, and have a great day, guys.